My name is Matthew Groteke, and today I will be discussing disaster management in Germany. Before I begin with the actual emergency management content portion of my presentation, here are some important facts to make note of. Germany is the largest country in the European Union by population, with over 83 million people residing in it. Germany's GDP is the fourth highest on the planet, and as we learned earlier this semester, GDP tends to correlate highly with countries' abilities to manage disasters effectively. Its government system is a federal republic, and it's made up of states called Länder. Recent German disaster history. The 2002 summer flood. Thousands of Germans were forced to evacuate their homes. Around 10 billion euros of damages were done to the country. This disaster caused Germany to rethink its disaster management system. Despite the changes from this event, the 2021 flood was one of the deadliest disasters for Germany in recent history. Communication breakdowns were one of the major problems that occurred during this event. Previously, the federal government was in charge of disaster management. However, this responsibility has shifted to each Länder. This change was made in order to match Germany's status as a federal republic and give more power back to the individual states. The federal government, similarly to the United States, cannot assist an individual state unless a state of emergency is declared. This encourages the bottom-up implementation pattern, which has proven to be more effective than the top-down pattern. On the last slide, I said that Germany utilizes the bottom-up implementation pattern for disaster response. However, that is not always the case. During times of peace, they use the bottom-up approach, and during times of war, they use the top-down approach. Some of the disasters that Germany is prone to are floods, storms, drops in temperatures, heat waves, droughts, earthquakes, and fires. With regards to the disasters they have planned for, Germany's plans all take an all-hazards approach, meaning that if a disaster is likely to occur, they're likely to have it planned for. Furthermore, hazard analyses are done every so often so that the country's plans stay up to date. Similarly to the United States, the federal, state, Länder, and local governments all participate in disaster management. Also, various government agencies participate. Some of these include the Federal Ministry of the Interior, which is in charge of inter-ministry activity, the Federal Ministry for the Environment, the Nature Conservation and Nuclear Safety Ministry, and the Federal Ministry of Education and Research, and many more. Also, there's a major NGO and volunteer participation. According to an article published by the National Library of Medicine, Germany has over 1,200,000 volunteers in its NGOs, which include defense planners, EMTs, the German Red Cross, and many others. The last slide perfectly segues into this next topic, which is obstacles. Certainly, Germany possesses a very robust disaster management system with various levels of government that participate in disaster management relief, and that certainly is a strength. However, it's also a source of a major weakness. Given the number of agencies from various levels of the German government that participate in the recovery process, including NGOs that aren't a part of the government, communication can be difficult to maintain between all organizations. Ensuring that communication is clear is critical in order to provide the most efficacious disaster response, and this proves that even countries with strong institutions such as Germany do encounter problems that impede their ability to carry out their duties. Germany's current emergency management system was influenced by two major events that happened in the early 2000s. One of them was the terrorist attacks that occurred on 9/11, and the other was the German summer flood of 2002. As a result of these two events, in 2004, Germany restructured and consolidated its system all into the Federal Office of Civil Protection and Disaster Assistance. It became the sole provider of federal aid, and this system was devised to prevent disasters before they happen. Thanks for watching, that is all, and here are my references.